All right, well, I got smacked down by an internet disconnection, so let's see if I'm actually back up and running or not, and see if we can keep this train rolling. That was that sucked. So yeah, okay, it looks like we're back in it, so that's cool. Bedeep, bedeep, bedeep. Let me kick on through here real quick and change those updates here real fast in the system. Oh boy, what a pain in the tuchus. Delete that there, and then let's edit and update. We'll do that instead. Go down in here, and I'm just gonna have to do some quick edit updates here because my shit got switched. There, and we'll be done here in a second. Here. And almost done. Man, what a pain in the ass. Don't know why here in Seattle I could possibly have a disconnect issue. Just seems beyond comprehension, but alas, it's true. All right, those things are updated. Check. All right, if we drop again, we'll just call it a sign from God and let it go for the day. But in the meantime, welcome back to the mix, guys. We're running Martial Powers. I was just walking through how the system works. So sustained powers are concentration effects that don't require concentration. You can stack up multiple sustained powers up to your max channel limit. Level 1, your max channel. Again, if we go back up here, we're using half casting progression. So first level, you have a max channel limit of 1. At 5, you have a channel limit of 2. 9, you have a channel limit of 3. 13, the limit is 4. And at 17, the limit is 5. Which means that if you are stacking sustained powers, you can have 5 first rank powers. You can have 17th level, you could have like 2 second rank powers and a first rank power, or like a third rank power and a second rank power. You can mix them up to the limit of what your max channel limit is. Yeah, so enjoy. And then what I was trying to say was, if you didn't want to bother with the complexity of dealing with mana, we keep classes simple by allowing you to instead prepare meta powers, which are basically combat masteries. Are when the weapon masteries that were introduced in 5e24. The way that martial powers works is if you're proficient with a weapon, then you are automatically proficient with the mastery that is a property of that weapon. But if you prepare a mastery as a combat mastery, you can use that mastery with any weapon that qualifies. Like for example, you can't use Nick unless it's a light melee weapon and you're dual wielding. Like that's the rule of Nick. So you can't use like a two-handed mallet to Nick. It just doesn't work that way. So there's a couple limitations like that, like the grapple mastery. You have to be using melee combat. You can't be grappling with ranged weapons, for instance. So just basic ideas like that. And then there's 42 feats that you can select instead of powers. And if you choose a general feat, there's 0 prerequisites, but you also don't gain any of the stat bonuses to it. So it's just the feat, the options that the feat provides. But you can prepare them and swap them out on a daily basis if you want to. So if you don't want to bother with maintaining mana or worrying about, what powers you have prepared, you can instead just stack out all the feats that you want. So by the time you get to level 4, you can use your feat gain to increase stats by 2 points instead of a split feat. So it's that alone gives martials a major leg up to have a ton of options available to them, whether you choose to actually use mana or not. And then we also have the option for combat damage types. At first rank, these are the type of damages that you can choose. So like if I prepared thunder damage, then I would be able to, any weapon I attack and hit with, if I deal damage, I can choose thunder damage instead of the normal weapons damage. And by 5th level, I can have an advanced damage type, which is Force, Necrotic, Psychic, and Radiant. Yeah, like normally your hammer would deal bludgeoning damage, but if you wanted to, you could make it do piercing damage, and that's just your innate magic making your hammer pointy. Like if you have the piercer feat and you have a giant mallet that you think is cool, well, you can just pick up piercing damage and then use the piercer feat with piercing damage on your mallet. But then at any time decide that you're going to deal bludgeoning damage instead. So you can have a single weapon. You can have multiple types of damage that you deal with it, and then you can stack on feats that modify that damage type. So you have a ton of flexibility in how you customize what your character can do and what you're doing with your equipment. So keep that in mind. So, and then we have, if you're using Ravnica, here's the different colors that are associated with each guild and the basic damage types that kind of just go along with that. Yeah, you know what? We had thunder damage listed here. I think I'll go ahead and keep that. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. All right. Let's see. Blippity blippity. Okay, great. So yeah, that's how we've done all the barbarian stuff, all the paths that are in the 24 book, and the Forsaken subclasses, all of them from 2014. We've done the same with the fighter. All of the base, all the 2024 upgrades, and all the Forsaken subclasses from 2014 that did not graduate to 2024. And then we get the monk, all the base monk subclasses that are now in 2024, all the Forsaken monks that were in 2014 that were not graduated to 2024. And then we get down into the Paladin. Here we are, Paladin. So we have the full subclass, like all the class features, the full scaffold is converted. If the class feature doesn't change, we don't need to mention it here. If it's not, like for example, you don't see fighting style or weapon masteries listed here. Again, those are folded into your prepared powers. And at 20th level, you'll get 23 prepared powers plus the 10 bonus spells that you get from your Oath class. For that 23, again, that includes the 4 weapon masteries that you would have and your fighting style. So take off 5. In the end, you have 18, which and then your 10 subclass features, which is about on pace with where the Paladin is supposed to be. But again, we wanted to give you more options so you could feed in weapon masteries, feats, damage types on top of things that you would spend mana on if you choose. Or you can just have everything spends mana and have to really use the generating mana by sacrificing action economy. So we've gotten through all of these. We'll come back and we'll touch these as we need throughout the document. We've already resolved all the Oaths of Power that have been upgraded for the 2024 handbook. Devotion, Glory, Ancients, Vengeance. And now we're looking at the Forsaken subclasses, which include Oath of Conquest, Oath of Redemption, Crown, Watchers, and then the Oathbreaker. And those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we're going to deal with. So we're going to start off here with... What is the font size on this? 18 bold? Okay. So we're going to start off with bold, bold, bold. I'm just going to create some space inside of here. There we go. Just going to kick up the size to all of these things just to get that part out of the way before we continue on with... I don't expect to get all these done today. If I can get 2 of them done today, I'll consider today a big success. If God's willing, if we can actually get 3 done, that'd be amazing. If I can have this done, I stream martial power stuff like this on Tuesdays and Fridays, typically for about an hour, it's just like a lunchtime break for me to get away from the office and to throw mana around because it's super fun. Yeah, there we go. So we'll start with Oath of Conquest. These subclasses were published in 2014 rules. but not updated for 2024. Below is the conversion to both 2024 and martial power mechanics. Period. Okay, so we're going to grab our oath spells. And then we'll grab some more after that. 1, 2. Let's create some space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Oath spells are subject to change, and the level 3 variant of Vow is obviously not going to stick. So we're just going to work through these things one at a time. Let's go to the player's handbook. Let's drop down to the Oath of Conquest and start reading what we be seeing. Not worrying about tenets, whatever. Role play the way that you want. I don't care. Let's see. Let's go fetch some spells. So, as necessary, we'll change them. Armor of Agathis. Command. Hold person, spiritual weapon. Hold person, spiritual weapon. Bestow curse and fear. Dominate beast and stone skin. And cloud kill, dominate person. Dominate beast, that still exists in 2014, right? 2024. Let's find out. Hey Steve, how you doing? Let's go down to the big bad spell list. Dominate beast. Does it still exist? Yes, it does. Very good. And dominate person. I think that still exists, right? You have to check these things. They're sneaky. Yep, that still exists. Cool. Those are good. And then let's dip into our features. Let's see. Vow of Enmity. Channel Divinity. Aura of Conquest. I'm just going to grab up some of this stuff here just to get the scaffold in place. Level 15 we'll rename stuff. Level 20 we'll rename stuff. Is good. Is good. Good, good, good. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Guided Strike, Conquering Presence, Aura of Conquest. Aura of Conquest is going to modify. When you hit a creature with opportunity attack, you reduce creature speed to 0 at the end of the turn. Up to half the speed. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Soul of Vengeance. Immediately have creature. Vow of Enmity. History of Vow of Enmity. Let's go to actually. Let's go here. Aura of Warding. When you and your allies have resistance to necrotic, psychic, and radiant damage while in your aura of protection. So level 7 is an aura modifier. Level 3 is a channel divinity kicker. 20 is an alternate form that modifies the aura. It's either a physical transformation or it modifies your aura. That's what 20th does. Peerless Athlete, Inspiring Smite. I'm going through here just to see what our pacing is. So we have Oath Spells, and then we have 3rd level a Channel Divinity Kicker or a Kicker. Is the Divine Smite? What does 15 do? Glorious Defense. Creature within 10 feet hit in a reaction to grant a bonus to armor class. Bonus equals a modifier. Make 1 attack with a weapon against an attacker as part of the reaction. What about 15 here? Is this a reaction? No, this is a spike to... so this appears to be like stuff that modifies your action economy, or modifies something that you as a paladin can already. When you reduce to 0 hit points and not killed outright, you drop to 1 hit point instead, regain a number of hit points. Additionally, it can be aged magically. With Vengeance, 7. 15, immediately after a creature under the effect of Val Enmity. And then Transformation. Okay, I think we can scaffold this. So 3. 7 Aura of Conquest. That should be self-explanatory. So when you take this oath at 3rd level, you gain the following 2 channeling divine options. See the Sacred Oath class feature for how Channel Divinity works. Let's go back up into Channel Divinity. When you use Channel Divinity, you choose which option to use. Your oath allows you to channel Divinity energy to fuel the Channel Divinity option provided the oath option. When you use the Channel Divinity, you choose which option to use. You must then finish a short or long rest to use your Channel Divinity. Again, some Channel Divinity effects require saving throws. Oath spells, Sacred Oath, Paladin Forever. Features, grants, Divine Health, Divine Smite. Okay, so there is no base Channel Divinity ability in 2014, but in 2024, we do get a basic channeling class feature, and then we get 1 extra. Yeah, then we get a bonus. Then we get 1 extra. Let's see. Channel Divinity here, and this modifies when you sacrifice your bonus action to use the Divine Smite feature, you can distribute temporary hit points to increase your choice. It's a choice within 30 feet of you, which includes you. Total number of temporary hit points result in 2 power dice plus divided among the chosen creatures. Whenever you sacrifice your bonus action to use Divine Smite feature, you can expend a use of Channel Divinity to distribute temporary hit points. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so this one has 2. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be that way. Let me go back up in here, check here real quick. Hey, what's up? Plays like a cleaned up edition of AD&D. Only humans though, no demi-humans. I'm on a Hyperborea 3E. Oh, very nice. The last 1 to 20 campaign I ran in Eberron was humans only as well. I like limiting the selection of options that players have. I like these themed things, you know, like theme builds, like we're all going to be part of the same mercenary guild or whatever, you know, themes. I am going down to the Oath of Glory to verify that this is a Channel Divinity trigger. Yeah, Channel Divinity. Or was it, yeah, that's right. And then Oath of Glory spells. Peerless Athletes, also Channel Divinity. So yeah, there's two uses of Channel Divinity here, and there's also the Channel Divinity feature that you could normally use to detect undead demons. And then down here we're looking at Channel Divinity. Only 1 Channel Divinity there. Channel Divinity. Only one Channel Divinity there. Interesting that Oath gets 2. Sacred Weapon, Channel Divinity. Sacred Weapon, Channel Divinity. Yeah, what? Inspiring Smite. Oh, because Peerless Athlete's such a nothing burger of a thing, they gave you 2 of them. Okay, so if it's a nothing burger, you can have 2 Channel Divinities. That sounds fair. That sounds fair. So back on task. Oath of Conquest. Let's see what let's see if one of these is a nothing burger, shan't we? Conquering Presence. You can use Channel Divinity to exude a terrifying presence as an action. You can force each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes frightened of you for 1 minute. It can repeat its save at the end of its turn. Or Guided Strike. You can use your Channel Divinity to strike with supernatural accuracy. When you make an attack roll, you can use your Channel Divinity to gain a +10 bonus to roll. You make this choice. God, do each of these have Sacred Weapon and Turn the Unholy? Sacred Weapon and Turn the Unholy? I guess they did, huh? Peerless Athlete and Inspiring Spine. It's weird that they kept both of those for that one. Okay, well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. So let's go back up to Conquest and let's see. We get the fear spell at level 9, but we get a fear effect for 2 mana for the Channel Divinity ability at level 3. Aura of Conquest. Scornful Rebuke. Starting at 15th level, those who dare to strike you are physically punished for their audacity. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack, that creature takes psychic damage equal to your charisma modifier. If you are not incapacitated. Scornful Rebuke. That feels a lot like the Vengeance. Hits or misses with an attack roll. You can take a reaction to making a melee attack against that creature with it that's within range. Vow of Enmity. You have advantage on attack rolls against that creature for 1 minute until it hits. The creature's up to 0 hit points. You can switch the vow to somebody else. I'm feeling like I'm feeling like this Guided Strike is duplicating what the Vengeance vow, the Vow of Vengeance is doing. So I'm thinking I'm just going to limit it to Conquering. I'm going to drop Guided Strike and go with Conquering Presence just as the only one. That probably isn't going to be a popular decision, but it's the decision I feel that I am supposed to make. And what is this one called? Conquering Presence. As a maneuver, you force each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. You can, as a maneuver, you can expend a use of your Channel Divinity feature to force each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a creature becomes frightened of you for 1 minute. The frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself as a success. So, as a maneuver, you can use maneuvers as magic actions or as bonus actions. So you now have the flexibility of choosing, or you could do it twice in the same round if you really want to. But it eats the use of your Channel Divinity feature, and you can get Channel Divinity features back, all of them on a long rest, one of them on a short rest, or you can expend 2 points of mana to regain a use of your Channel Divinity feature right away. So you can spam Channel Divinity features by burning your mana pool 2 points at a time. And I do not feel like we need to give you a +10 attack bonus. I feel like they resolved that with the Vow of Enmity, so we're gonna just leave that in place. Aura of Conquest. I think that's gonna fly though. See how this one shakes out. Oh, this could jive. Let's see. How are we wording stuff? Let's do it like, let's see. When a creature affected by your conquering presence feature is within your aura. Is within your aura of protection? Is that how it works? One moment. Here. In addition, whenever an ally enters your aura of protection, there it is, aura of protection. When a creature affected by your conquering presence, when a creature within your aura of protection is thank you. Let's see. When a creature within your aura of protection is frightened, fails the saving throw, the wisdom saving throw, fails the wisdom saving throw from conquering presence, wait, when a creature, there it is. When a creature affected by your conquering presence feature starts its turn within your aura of protection or enters or starts its turn within your aura of protection, its speed is reduced to 0 while in the aura. Until the enters or starts its turn within the aura of protection, its speed is reduced to 0, and that creature takes psychic damage equal to half your paladin level. Its speed is reduced to 0. I feel like I should leave that damage kicker there because I took away the +10 bonus to hit. So it feels appropriate that I leave it in place. Yeah, I think I like that. Its speed is reduced to 0, and that creature takes psychic damage equal to half your paladin level. Starts its turn. When a creature affected by your Conquering Presence feature enters or starts its turn within your aura of protection, its speed is reduced to 0, and that creature takes psychic damage equal to half your paladin level. Period. Wow, that's strong. That's strong. That makes up for the +10. That is actually really fucking strong. If it, yeah, let's do that. If it starts its turn in the aura. So, while it's affected, so you get hit by it, you're affected because you failed your saving throw. You get to make a new saving throw at the end of each of your turns. During that, say that first turn, you're within the aura of effect. You failed your saving throw. It becomes your turn. You're in the area. You now take damage, and your speed is reduced to 0. At the end of, you're stuck there. You gotta deal with it. Do whatever. At the end of your turn, you get to make the next saving throw again. If you pass that saving throw, when it becomes your turn again, you are within the aura of effect, but you're no longer affected by the Conquering Presence, so you don't take damage, and you can move. The Paladin can pop the Conquering Presence repeatedly to try to spam hit you with it. If you keep passing the save, you can blow 2 mana a pop as a bonus action, or as an action, or twice in the same round as an action, as a magic action and a bonus action. Try to double tap you to try to lock you down. I'm okay with that. Aura of Conquest. Yeah. We got that taken care of. Conquering Presence, Aura of Conquest. That feels fine. That feels actually really good now. 15 Glorious Defense. Is that what we're calling this? No. Scornful Rebuke. How are we doing on time? 30 minutes? Yeah, we're doing great. We'll get it done with 2, maybe 3. Maybe. Start at 15th level. Copy. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack, that creature takes psychic damage equal to your charisma modifier if you're not incapacitated. Equal to your channeling ability modifier. If you are not incapacitated. Hits you with an attack. That could be while you're within the area of, while you are within the aura. Let's take a look at the Soul of Vengeance. After a creature under the effect of your vow of enmity hits or misses with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to make a melee attack against that creature. If it's within range, this is just taking damage. Scornful Rebuke. When a creature hits you with an attack, Let's do that. When you're within the aura protection, that way ranged stuff is still effective for you. You can't just auto splat people from ranged attacks. And then 20. Yeah, I like that. Invincible Conqueror Ore. Let's see how that shakes out. Invincible Conqueror Ore. And let's grab a stack of this. Here, cut, paste, plop. Plop. Copy. Paste. Let's see. As a bonus action, you can magically become an avatar of conquest, gaining the following benefits for 1 minute. You have resistance to all damage. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can make one additional attack as part of that action. Your melee attacks score a crit on a 19 or 20. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you finish a long rest or expend 5 mana to put it back on. 1, 2, 3, Oath of Redemption. Let's see. Gain the following. As a bonus action, you can magically become an avatar of conquest. Gain the following benefits. Dun 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 dun. Resistance to all damage. Take the attack action on your turn. Okay, I'm good with that. Oath of Redemption. Cool. Let's move on. 1 down, many to go. Got you already, Glory. Got you already, Devotion. Oath of Redemption. Oh, spells. Sanctuary, sleep. Let's get these into effect. Sanctuary. Sleep. Calm emotion, hold person. Counter spell, hypnotic pattern. Love that. Odalix Resilient Sphere. Stone Skin. OT Luke's Resilient Sphere. Stone Skin. Hold Monster, Wall of Force. Not a lot of imagination in these spell selections. That's okay. Show me your divinity. Emissary of Peace. You can use the channel divinity to augment your presence with divine power. As a bonus action, you grant yourself a +5 bonus to charisma persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. How does jumping and shit work for the Oath of Glory? Let's check that out. For 1 hour advantage. Okay, it's advantage on the checks, not +5 bonus. So let's keep with the with that language. That'll work. Conquering is good. Oath is good. Let's get after that. Copy, paste. Copy, pasta. 1, 2. Okay, cool. So 3. Let's see. How does this shake out? Emissary of Peace. Rebuke the violent. You can use your channel divinity to rebuke those who use violent immediately after an attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you. You can use your reaction to force a creature to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt. Ooh, on a successful save, it makes half as much. Huh. Why against somebody else? Other than you. All right, let's go with Emissary of Peace first. So let's grab this. Emissary of Peace. As a bonus action, you grant yourself advantage on Charisma. And I want to give it a little bit more. Nah, persuasion checks is good enough. I was going to go with insight checks, but you can use insight for a lot more than conversation. This is specifically flavoring towards Emissary of Peace, and it's a ribbon feature for a double tap, so I'm good with it. It's a bonus action. You can expend a use of your channel divinity feature to grant yourself advantage on charisma persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes. And then we're going to go with rebuke the violent. And rebuke the violent goes like this. God, it doesn't require reaction. It's just do the thing. God, that's nasty. Just do the thing. There. Immediately after an attack within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you. Oh, no, you can use your reaction. You can expend a use of your channel divinity feature to use a reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage. I wonder why you can't affect yourself with it. Maybe the answer is at higher levels. Aura of the Guardian. Aura of the Guardian. I'm getting it now. There's like a real protector. Sort of. I don't know why they call it redemption then. That's weird. Aura of Guardian. Starting at 7th level, you can shield others from harm at the cost of your own health. When a creature within 10 feet who takes damage, you can use your reaction to magically take that damage instead of that creature taking it. The feature doesn't transfer any other effects that might accompany the damage, and this damage can't be reduced in any way. You know what? I'm gonna change the rules on that. When a creature, yeah, let's do it this way. When a creature within your aura of protection when a creature within your aura of protection takes damage, instead of that creature taking it, you can choose to take that damage instead. You can choose to take that damage instead of that creature taking it. The feature doesn't transfer any other effects that might accompany the damage, and this damage can't be reduced in any way. And I'm taking away the reaction of it so you can spam it so you become a hit point battery for everyone around you, which would be incredibly effective for leading squads of allies if you got into SWAT team tactics with me. You can just take them, just bring them on. You're already getting feet starved. You're already getting reaction starved by rebuking people. And I want you to be able to absorb aura with this. It's if you're using the command system for mass combat, this becomes kind of a nothing burger. Because whenever you declare troops under your command, you can just automatically take damage for them anyway, which is why I wanted to get rid of the reaction, because that's just it's inferior to what the squad mechanics we offer have. But I also wanted to have this in here specifically because it does set precedence for that. So, like the mechanic existing. So even though it's kind of a nothing burger for the aura, creature with an aura protection, no, because they don't necessarily have to be in your squad, and they can still benefit from it. So I like that, and I like that it's against all attacks. It's not just one. I like that it can be any of them. So let's go to 15, which is Protective Spirit. Holy Presence mends your wounds in battle. You regain hit points equal to D6 plus half your Paladin level if you end your turn in combat with fewer than... Oh, okay. Whenever at the end of each turn that you are bloodied, you regain a number of hit points equal to the result of one power die plus half your Paladin levels. Rounded. Well, everything rounds up if you don't mention it specifically, so I don't need to mention it. Plus half your Paladin levels. At the end of each turn that you are bloodied, you regain a number of hit points equal to the result of one power die plus half your Paladin levels. So at 15th level, you're rocking a D8. At 17th level, you'll be rocking a D10 plus half your Paladin levels. Hold on, I'm contemplating my next move. Okay, 20. Emissary of Redemption, cool. Copy, paste, copy. Paste. This is kind of spammy. Huh. I'm just gonna go with just you have resistance to all damage. Let's not make it so complicated. Just somebody else can get all damage. Period. Let's just give you all damage. Period. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack, it takes radiant damage equal to half the damage you take from the attack. I think I'm okay with that. Rebuke the violent. And then half as much if they succeed a save. This is just automatically. And this is for other people. And this is for yourself. If you attack a creature, cast a spell on it, or deal damage to it by any means. But this feature, neither benefit works against that creature until you finish a long rest. And there. Resistance to all damage. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack, it takes radiant damage equal to half the damage you take from the attack. If you attack a creature, cast a spell on it, or deal damage to it by any means but this feature, neither benefit works against that creature until you finish a long rest. Okay, I'm good with that. One minute. And this gives you 2 benefits lasting 1 minute. Is that how long it lasts? Whoa, 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 hold on. This thing doesn't have a duration. Okay, I understand now why it has the limitation to just things that target you. Fuck, I'm kind of on board with that. Dealt by other creatures, their attacks, spells, and other effects. 2 benefits, which remain active. Unless you are incapacitated. Yeah, resistance to all damage dealt by other creatures, their attacks, spells, and other effects. Whenever a creature hits you with an attack, it takes radiant damage equal to half the damage you take from the attack. If you attack a creature, cast a spell on it, or deal damage to it by any means. But this feature, neither benefit work against that creature until you finish a long rest. And there is no spammation of this because it's on and it stays on. Holy crap, that's crazy. That's crazy strong. Okay, I think I'm kind of down with it, honestly. Oath of Redemption, and now we're looking at Oath of the Crown. I'm almost out of time, but for the sake of expediting the future, I'm going to drop down here and go with continue here. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue updating the spells. I've got a few moments of time. I can afford to do this. Oath of the Crown. The Crown. There you go. Command, compel duel. Let's just knock these down real quick. Command, compelled duel. Warding bond, zone of truth. Love that. Warding bond, zone of truth. Aura Vitality, Spirit Guardians. Nice. Aura of Vitality, Spirit Guardians. Banishment, Guardians of Faith. Singular. And then Circle of Power, Gesh. Circle of Power, Gesh. And we'll pick up all that other shit another time. Oath of the Watchers. Alarm, detect magic. Sure, why not? Alarm, detect magic. Moonbeam, see invisibility. Counterspell, non-detection. God, what a great set. Counterspell, non-detection. Aura of Purity, banishment. Aura of Purity still exists in 2024, right? Aura of Purity. Yeah, there it is, 2024. And it is still 4th level, yes? Good. 30-foot radius, duration, aura, allies, resistance to poison, advantage on saving throws, end effects that include blind, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, stunned. Cool. Or purity, banishment, hold monster scrying. Dar, hold monster scrying is already resolved. Okay. Oathbreaker is our last. So let's drop on down to the Oathbreaker, Oath of Vengeance, Oathbreaker. Oathbreaker, there it is. Hellish Rebuke, inflict wounds. Oathbreaker, there it is. Hellish Rebuke, inflict wounds. Let's double check real quick. $2024 and inflict wounds. Also in 2024. Move, taking 2d10 necrotic or half as much on save. Okay, that's cool. Back at it. Crown of Madness and Darkness. Animate dead, but still curse. Love it. Blight, confusion. And contagion, dominate person. And we're going to pick up where this is leaving off. We're going to come back through, resolve Oathbreaker, Oath of the Crown, Oath of the Watcher. We'll be able to knock out these things next time. So I'm just going to, yeah, we'll just leave those be. I'm going to trim this out right now, just to make it obvious that we have yet to resolve these. Yeah, Watcher, Crown. I bet we'll be able to get this, now that we're starting to figure out how these patterns work. I think we should be able to knock out all three of these on Tuesday without any real difficulty. So that's going to be that, but that's my lunch. So I got to bail. We're just over an hour, so I got to go. I'm going to be back on Monday to continue. We'll be starting a new page of Eberron art on Monday morning, and then Monday night. I honestly don't know what we're going to do Monday night. The initial, the first draft of the initial mechanics for the Bastion campaign have been completed and are available for folks to look at online. Go ahead and just look at any of the 50 Bastion episodes that I have in my live playlist on my channel here, and you can click into and start utilizing the Bastion campaign alpha draft of the document, pre-edits, pre-publication. Just to see if it jives with your campaign. If it's something that you're interested in, definitely drop into the Discord channel. Check this out: the Oath, the Bastion campaign stuff, the spell points system that we've been using for casters, including the sorcerer that we were working on last week. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing Monday morning. A new page of Eberron art. Monday night. I honestly don't know what we're going to be doing Monday night. We'll figure it out when we get there. Maybe I'll start working on. I don't know. Maybe we'll do another pass on Spelljammer subclasses or the Mecha Kaiju book. Maybe we'll start in on the general updates for the Color Mana spell point variant rules to update all that stuff to 2024. I honestly don't know. Maybe we'll just do more artwork. Who knows? Yeah, that'll be Monday. So catch up with me then. See you guys later. Bye.